Hey, neighborhood picks, guys. This is strictly betting for NBA futures. The only thing that teams like Philly and Brooklyn and these put together teams, the only thing they're doing good is masking the real teams. I think we're in a year where this bullshit is gonna come to the bullshit is going to sink and the cream is going to rise, and you're going to see teams compete for the championship. Now, I've seen this many times before. I've seen Charles Barkley and Pippen and Olajuwon play together. They stunk because they were old. I saw Olajuwon get traded to Toronto and play with Vince Carter when Carter was a star, trying to get Olajuwon Carter. Kind of reminds me of Harden and Embiid, except Olajuwon wasn't good anymore. But I don't think Harden's good anymore. He's all right, but he can get his numbers, but I don't know. I think that there's a lot of bullshit teams right now, and I want to go over the real teams that have a chance to win the title, and it goes deep. First of all, if you're a LeBron fan, if you're a young kid, you have to put $3 or something on LeBron. The Lakers are plus 4,200 to win the championship. So $100 pays 4,200. $10 pays 420. So like $3 pays like 100 and something dollars. So so if you put $3 on your boy LeBron to win the title and it pays 100 and something, that's pretty cool. So if you've been watching LeBron your whole life and you like him, you should do that. But let's go over the odds on the teams just to win the championship. And here's where I will narrow it down. I will place wagers on about 4 to 5 teams where if one of them hits, I break out even if the other four lose. That's how I'm gonna do it. Number one, Phoenix is the favorite, plus 370. So $100 pays out 370. So that means I can only bet about 4 teams, and I would break even if Phoenix won. So let's say I bet 4 teams. Golden State's plus 440 at number 2. I don't think that's a bargain. I don't think they're gonna win. I don't think they're gonna win. I don't think Clay is gonna be so dominant. I think things are gonna catch up to them, and it's not the same anymore. Sometimes people hold on to the past, but I don't. I think that ship has sailed. Then you got Brooklyn plus 600. That's a nice smoke screen because they're not going anywhere with Kyrie, and we don't know about the vax mandate. Too much distractions. Trust me, being a team, a brotherhood, cohesiveness, that's going to come into play. And that's where I come into my second bet. Milwaukee Bucks right now, because of the Brooklyn hoopla and the Golden State blind faith, the Bucks are plus 650. $100 pays 650. So even if I take Golden State, Phoenix, and 2 other teams, if the Bucks win it, I win money. I would spend 400 and I'd win that 650 on the Bucks. I'd still win 250 if I could take 4 teams, and so I love that. The Bucks are the best team. They're the defending champs. I was sold last year when I saw Giannis defending the right elbow on Devin Booker. He's on the right elbow in a defensive stance. Devin Booker throws the alley-oop. He literally turns and in one leap blocks the guy who caught the alley-oop. I've never seen anything like that in my life, not even from the great LeBron James. That was amazing. That was like some Wilt Chamberlain stuff. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Once I get graphics, I'd love to be able to show that. They're special. So now you got Philly, Fugazi Philly, because Harden will pull up with a hamstring and he'll quit. So that's beautiful that they got them up there because that's just keeping the high odds from teams I really like. So Suns are automatic because I think they're the best team, 370. But then the Bucks are second on my list at plus 650. Philly plus 750. No. Now here's my third team that I watched them a lot. They got tougher, toughest of the toughest. Every guy they have is a dog. Kyle Lowry, dog. Hero, dog. Adebayo, dog. Butler, dog. Duncan Robinson's even tough. Udonis Haslem, he's 87 years old with a cane. He's like Moses. He parts the Red Sea. He's just there for his leadership. Pat Riley's up in the booth. Like the Miami Heat, Spoelstra's a great coach. The Miami Heat are a tough team, and they're plus 1,000 to win the title. They are just as live as anybody. If Milwaukee goes down before the finals, it will be to Miami. Mark my words. So I love Miami plus 1,000 to win the title. So I wish I could bet the Suns, the Bucks, the Heat. Because if the Heat win the title, that's $1,000, and I'm only spending $4. Then I'd profit $6. So then I really like the Miami Heat to plus 1,000 to win the title. Love them. Beware of the Heat. They're back. They were good a couple years ago in the bubble, and they lost. And then last year they were a little off. Hero got a little big head. They're back. The Heat are back, and they got Kyle Lowry. They got a couple pieces. PJ Tucker. They got tough kids. Utah, well-oiled machine is next, plus 1,500. Where's Utah going? The same place they go every other year, pretty far. And the Rudy Gobert is going to take them to the losers' locker room. Boston is tricky because they're getting hot, and Jaylen Brown and Tatum are literally coming into their prime right now together. Marcus Smart, if he can stay healthy, they finally got a center with Robert Williams. Don't sleep on Boston. They're plus 2,700, which is amazing. Chicago is also plus 2,700. If Levine, DeRozan, and Ball play on Chicago, I like them better than Boston. They're both plus 2,700. But you know what? F them both. Because you know who's plus 3,000 to win the title? I put $40 on them last night. It pays $1,200. The Memphis Grizzlies. So that's my fourth team. So I would put a little cheddar on the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant, because they got Ja Morant, a dynamic point guard. What have I been saying about the Knicks? They need a dynamic point guard. They have the dynamic point guard. They got good off guards. Brooks, Devin Bain, number 22. They got Steven Adams, the strongest center in the league. They got Jaren Jackson Jr., a 6'11" power forward / center that can play inside and outside and shoot the three. They got a lot of nice pieces, and they're unapologetic, and they go after you almost like an old school team. And it's really cool to see. And I'm not knocking the new school. It's just a compliment when you see a team go really hard. So my four teams are the Suns plus 370 to win the title, the Bucks plus 650 to win the title, Miami plus 1,000 to win the title, and the Memphis Grizzlies right now plus 3,000 to win the title. Then below them, you got Denver. They're not going nowhere. Lakers, no. Dallas, no. None of that. They're not going nowhere. So if you want to take a shot and narrow the market, my experience, the way I feel about the NBA, Suns, Bucks, Memphis Grizzlies, and Miami Heat. Those are the four teams where you could do some damage and possibly win a couple thousand if one of them win the title. Neighborhood Picks, NBA Johnny edition. And I'll see you guys soon.